In this video, I'm going to show you how to order a Waymo ride with a Waymo self-driving car. First things first, pull up the app, of course. Now, I will say, at the time of this video, there are 3 unfortunate barriers. 1, there is a wait list to get put on the app and use Waymo. You can either sign up via Waymo and get put on the wait list, or get an invite code from a friend. Second, it needs to be in your location. So right now, I'm in Los Angeles. Some places have Waymo. Unfortunately, a lot of places don't, at least at the exact time of this video. And then 3, which brings me to ordering a Waymo, there is a specific area. So right now at the time of this video, you can see this is the map of LA, and you can tell based off the dark versus light areas that I can only get picked up and dropped off in this area. So for example, I'm in Marina del Rey right now. Let's say, for example, I want to order a Waymo to Playa del Rey Beach right down there at the bottom. I can't. So even though the Waymo can pick me up in this area, it cannot drop me off outside of that area. So remember, you do have to get picked up and dropped off within this area right now, at least at the exact time of this video. Now here's how you do it. First things first, I am going to go to my account, right? I'm then going to go to payment, and I'm going to add a payment method, whether you want to use Apple Pay or a credit card or debit card. Once my payment is ready to go, I'm gonna go to my trip, and very similar to Uber or Lyft or pretty much any other ride-sharing app, you can see right here, these are the recent places I've gone to before. Let's just go to Juneshine, great hard kombucha bar here in LA. Juneshine, Santa Monica. Once this pops up, I'm just gonna wait a second. And then as you can see right here, I can click request car. I can see where I'm getting picked up, where I'm getting dropped off, and I'm good to go. Now, there are a couple of pro tips I do want to show you when it comes to using the app. I'm going to go to account, and then I'm going to go to accessibility. Now, when I click this, there are a couple of things you can see right here. One, if let's say I need a wheelchair accessible vehicle, I can turn this on or off, right? In addition, if I need descriptive audio, where I play audio cues in the car that describe what's happening during your ride and where to find controls, I can turn this on or off. And then lastly, and this is a big one, definitely the biggest one by far, minimize walking time. Because Waymo, at least at the exact time of this video, is a self-driving car and it's not perfect. It's pretty good, but it's not perfect. A lot of times it will drop you off around the corner, or it will drop you off and you have to walk 1 block. It's usually like a 10-second walk, but if you do want to minimize that walking time for whatever reason, I could turn this on. That way, Waymo tries to bring you as close to, or hopefully right in front of, your exact destination. In addition, I'm going to go to preferences as well down here at the bottom. I can turn on dark or light mode or automatic. Kind of a small thing, but I do know a lot of people like dark mode when it comes to a lot of apps. And then this is a beta feature right here. Unlock automatically. When you get into the car, it'll use Bluetooth to unlock. I can turn this on because what happens is, in case you've never ordered a Waymo before, when it pulls up, it stops, says, hey, you have a few minutes to unlock the car, but you can't get in it yet. You have to unlock it on the app. The handles come out of it, kind of similar to a Tesla, I guess, in a way. And then you can open the car. I do actually like having this off. I kind of like the fact that the car doesn't automatically unlock right away. It is an extra step you have to do, that when the car does pull up and it's right there, you do have to unlock it via the phone. But you never know, right? The way I look at it is I'd much rather have the car pull up, I unlock it, and I get in, rather than the car pulls up, it automatically unlocks or whatever. I guess it's up to you, right? But for me, I kind of like having this off, but it is a feature. Like say, if you do want to avoid that extra step, you can do that. And then lastly is music. So what's going to happen is you are actually going to be able to control your music via stations. Think of this similar to Pandora or Spotify. You cannot pick a specific song when it comes to riding in a Waymo. What you do is pick a station, again, similar to Spotify or Pandora, where you can pick a song station or artist station or genre station. So I'm going to click Manage iHeart Stations right here. And then once I do, you can see these are the ones I have right now. In case you didn't know, I'm actually an electronic artist. I'm a DJ music producer. So all the way at the end, Ferchero is actually my station. So you could add my station if you want. But let's say you're like, hey, I want to listen to a particular artist. I'm going to click add a station. I don't know. Let's say I want to listen to, let's do like 7 Lions. Great EDM artist. I could do 7 Lions. I wait a second. 7 Lions radio right there. Add it. Done. Done. Boom. Now on my car controls, when I'm actually in the Waymo, I can control the music, picking any one of these stations, and I have 7 lions or any other stations I want to add pulled up right there. Now, when it comes to the logistics of ordering a Waymo, this is a big question a lot of people have. I do have a link listed below in the description to an entire ride I filmed when being in a Waymo if you want to see what it's actually like. But it's pretty simple. Very similar to an Uber and Lyft. You order it, again, very similar to any other ride-sharing app. It pulls up. You can unlock the car with your phone or have that feature enabled where it automatically unlocks. You get in, you say start ride, and it drives you. It's a complete self-driving car. It's kind of trippy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you've never been in a Waymo, it's kind of weird because not only are you sitting in it, I thought the first time I ordered a Waymo, someone else would be in there with me. No, you're in that Waymo by yourself or with friends, right? And the steering wheel of the driver, put that in quotation marks, moves on its own as if somebody's right there turning the steering wheel and making turns and putting on traffic signals like the blinker and everything. It is pretty crazy. Now, in terms of the ride itself, I do want to mention this just in case, right? In case you've never been in a Waymo and you don't know how it works. There are cameras in the Waymo, so they will be watching you in that Waymo. Keep that in mind. However, the audio is muted. So whatever you talk about with your friends, they can't hear you. The only way they can hear you is if, like, say, something goes wrong in the ride. Like, I remember one time I was in a Waymo with my friends. We were driving. One of them forgot to put their seatbelt on. And then all of a sudden we hear this like beep or this noise. And some guy, came online and he's like, hey, this is blah, blah, blah from Waymo support. We were looking at the video and we just saw that so-and-so in the back is not wearing their seatbelt. We just ask kindly for them to put their seatbelt on. We're like, oh yeah, shoot, sorry about that. So I will say the audio is muted typically when you're in that Waymo, but they can see everything you're doing. So keep that in mind. I remember reading about one story on Reddit where someone had 5 people in the car. Because in case you didn't know, you could fit maximum 4 people. 1 in the front, 3 in the back. Very similar again to an Uber or Lyft. They fit 5 people in the car. Someone on the Waymo support saw it after a few minutes on the video. The Waymo pulled over and unfortunately said, hey, sorry guys, you got to get out. We saw that you have 5 people in the car. Sorry. 4 people maximum. But besides that, again, as you're driving, once you then get to your destination, you're either going to be right in front of it, so you then unlock the car, get out, and that's it, or it's going to drop you off close to your destination. So that's why I showed you that feature that, like, say you're like, hey, for whatever reason, you don't want to walk. It could be anywhere between a couple seconds to maybe 10 or 15 seconds, right? It really depends. Usually it is right around the block, but do keep that in mind for whatever reason, maybe to make it as safe as possible. Waymo does not sometimes drop you off right in front of the destination. So like if you do, for whatever reason, not want to do that walk, or let's say you're like, hey, I just want to be dropped off right in front of there, you can turn that on. But again, once you get dropped off, again, similar to an Uber or Lyft, it's very seamless. You get out, you end the ride, and that's it. Gotta say, overall, when it comes to self-driving cars and technology getting crazier and crazier by the day, with Waymo being more popular than ever, getting into a lot more cities, the radius or the service area is getting bigger and bigger, and a lot more people are using Waymo and using the app and downloading it and taking Waymo rides. Waymo is getting way more popular by the day, and self-driving cars are starting to become the norm.